ashes fall like sacred snow, and they welcome what they do not know. Flags on fire, crowds in trance, blindfolds waving in holy dance. They see the fire as heaven's breath, and greet the storm with songs of death. Glory veils the screams inside, they burn the world and call it right. The fire shall cleanse, so they believe. A final purge, no soul will grieve. They praise the flame, ignore the cost. In cleansing fire, all truth is lost. Marching toward the furnace gate, with smiles stitched by ancient fate. Candles light the paths of doom, while cities vanish into plume. They hold the torch, they fan the blaze, convinced it's light, not end of days. No mercy left, no lines to cross. In holy fire they cheer the lost. All is burning, none will cry. They built this altar in the sky. The fire shall cleanse their lines are drawn in dust and flame. Each side cries out the same old name. No truth remains, just sacred hate. They feed the fire and call it fate. Golden horns in crimson skies, but no one stops to ask who dies. The banners burn, the songs deceive, and no one dares to disbelieve. Shadows rise behind the sound, yet still they cheer the battleground. When trumpets roar, the blind will fight for thrones of ash and crowns of blight. The louder call, the more they pour their hearts and minds. When trumpets roar. No trumpet forged in truth was blown. They heard the lies and called them home. When trumpets roar, they kneel and bleed. Their gods demand, they all concede. But nothing waits on glory's shore, just endless fire. When trumpets roar. Polished steel with wings of gold. He came not gentle, came not bold. Just silence split by thunder scream. A gift of fire in a broken dream. No angels sang, no voices wept. Just gears that turned and cities swept. A crown of light with hands unseen. They cheered their doom, heaven's machine. It shines so bright, it blinds the pain. The sky rains what's real. Now broken creeds lie torn and bare, and silence falls where once was prayer. Their voices echo through the dust, once proud now choking on their trust. The rose was dead, the crown was thorn, the true apocalypse was born. The veil is torn, the lies decay, but still they bow and look away. Thorns of Revelation, once divine, now stained red on every side. No kingdom comes, no glory waits, just rusted gates and shattered fates. The light was false, the voice a mask, the truth a wound they feared to ask. Thorns of Revelation, crowned in pain. No gods descend, no saints remain, just echoes lost in shattered lore, a truth too sharp to praise or ignore. Blackened stone and broken glass, the echoes of a world that passed. Once they sang, now silence rules among the ruins of sacred fools. The bells are cold, the halls are bare, no light remains, no fire, no prayer. The faithful fled, the proud betrayed, their gods fell silent and decayed. These walls once held the voice of skies, now only ash and ghostly cries. Cathedrals of ash, where dreams collapse, no hymns remain, no holy maps. The smoke ascends like prayers denied from all the truths we crucified. They knelt in fear, they ruled in greed, built towers high on broken need. But fire came not from above, it rose from all they claimed to love. Ashes rain from spires tall, the saints are gone, the idols fall. No angels carved in stone remain, just shadows etched by smoke and flame. The sacred turned to poison breath, and faith now sleeps in beds of death. Cathedrals of ash, the end unveiled, where No judgment waits, just ruins echoing our fates. Cathedrals of ash, we build with pride. Now watch them burn from deep inside. What once was sacred now decays in ember tombs of yesterdays. Are dead, the sky is blind, the stars forgot the path behind. No echoes call, no winds reply, the silence teaches how to die. Hope was a shadow dressed in gold, it cracked like glass when truth took hold. Now every path just fades away, and none remain who dared to stay. They said we'd rise beyond the grave, but no one comes and none are saved. No died behind closed doors. No cry was raised, no clash of swords, just quiet nods and turned out screams, while screams dissolved in broken dreams. The crowd stood still, no word was said, and silence feasted on the dead. No law, no voice, no final will. That's when the silence learned to kill. You watched it burn behind your glass and thought the fire wouldn't last. When silence learned to kill, no blood was drawn, no blade, no bone, just minds withdrawn. The louder truth was drowned in grace, and death wore every muted face. The monsters wore familiar clothes, they smiled while lines were being closed. Each echo carved a deeper void, and all your doubts were self-destroyed. The calm was fake, the peace was priced. Each silent nod, a soul sacrificed. No screams remain, no will, no thrill, just silence sharp enough to kill. The sparks went cold inside your chest. You closed your eyes, ignored the rest. When silence learned to kill, no screams were heard, no martyrs cried, no bleeding word. The truth was left to rot in fate, and fear became the silent blade. You said it's not my war to fight, but silence ruled your every night. When silence learned to kill, the world stood still. No battle fought, no law to fulfill, just hollow rooms and faded eyes, where silence wore its grand disguise. When silence learned to kill. A cold wind speaks in every tongue. The stars grow dim, their light undone. Reflections fade in bloodied glass as shadows rise and virtues pass. No prayers to scream, no gods to claim, just flickers swallowed into shame. One by one the hearts grow cold, the fire dims, the silence bold. We watched the light withdraw resigned, no soul to lose, no peace to find. Eclipse of the human soul, the day we died inside. No sun will warm the broken hole, no truth we tried to hide. Eclipse of the flame within, the end of all we knew. The dark embraced our hollow kin, and none of it felt new. Cracked, the colors bled. What once was hope now walks as dread. We wore the night like sacred ropes and called the void our final home. No more regrets, no cries for dawn. We sold the light and carried on. Now even dreams refuse to shine. We're echoes trapped in our decline. The dusk was slow, the silence kind, but all it touched, it left behind. Eclipse of the human soul, the fall we never fought. The end arrived in quiet roles, with lessons left untaught. Eclipse of the final spark, the last heart left untrue. We sealed the pact, we killed the ark, and let the night come through. We watched the soul eclipse and smiled. Eclipse of the human soul, a final breath, a sigh. No fire left to make us whole, no reason left to try. Eclipse of what we used to be, a light we let decay. The soul went dark, the will broke free, and drifted into gray. Beneath the ash, the whispers crawl through hollow bones and crumbled walls. No flags remain, no kings to name, just dying breath and fading flame. The ruins hum with silent cries. The truth still lives where memory dies, in shadows carved by fire's rain. Echoes remain but never plain. Ashes fall where hope once stood. The silence speaks what no one could. Echoes beneath the ashes cry for all we were and let slip by. They darkness within, whispers of all that could have been. Echoes beneath the ashes breathe a second chance of our unsheathed. They rise again through fire and pain to forge what still can yet ash on our skin, but steel and bone. We watched it fall, we heard the screams. Now silence holds the weight of dreams. We don't rebuild, we bear the mark and light the way inside the dark. Eyes burned wide, no sleep, no lies. We stare into truth denies. They thought we'd break beneath blank eyes in the mirror stare. No rage, no hope, no soul to care. The lights are on, but nothing burns. The wheel keeps turning, no one learns. They traded fire for quiet screams, gave up the voice that forged their dreams. No tears, no fight, just static waves. The living sleep inside their graves. Their hands still move, but nothing's made. Their minds dissolve in slow cascade. Dead minds don't dream, they drift, they rot. No spark to chase, no truth they sought. They smile, they scroll, they fall in line, but dreams demand a rebel spine. Dead minds don't dream, they just exist. Forget the flame, accept the mist. But we still burn, we still believe. We carry what they can't conceive. Their steps are shallow, fears are fed. They breathe but follow ghosts instead. The chains are soft, the screens are bright. They gave up dark, they gave up light. No scars, no sin, no will to fight. They drift through days afraid of night. But in the ash we hold the spark. We rise where they dissolved in dark. We walk the line, we breathe the flame. Their comfort grave we won't retain. Minds don't dream, they float through haze. Repeat the lies, forget the blaze. They chant along, they bow and kneel. But we know dreams are forged in steel. You can live without breathing, but not without dreaming. Dead minds don't dream, but we still fight. Through endless dark we seek the light. And when their whispers beg to sleep, we roar for those who still dig deep. trend. No start, no dream, no revelation. Obeying scripts they never read. It's time to unmask the living dead. No blood is spilled, no limbs decay, but they have died in thought each day. Unmask the living dead. They hide in plain sight. Dead eyes behind the screen light. Unmask the living dead. They speak with no sound. Marching straight 6 feet above ground. They fear the truth but wear a smile. They walk asleep in clickbait style. No scars to show, no wounds to dress, but they're enslaved in their own flesh. They laugh and like, but feel no flame. Now call them out, call them by name. Unmask the living dead, the numb, the polite, the ones who gave up every fight. Unmask the living dead. They breathe, they bled, but dreams and thoughts met their end. They're not beneath the ground. They're in your house, your office, your screen. Maybe they're inside you. Unmask